the shavings, if you can see them. This is the shavings that are underneath it. Getting all those out for start. Do things backwards as usual. Clean the base up and then do it again after I've cleaned all the stuff off the top. So put more onto the base. A couple of decent handfuls of swarf. This rag is full of chips, by the way. It is just full of them. I'm going to take the tub post off. Drop some spanners as well while I'm doing that. That's always good. The tub post comes out nice and easy now. It's got a nice T-nut on the bottom of it. Get any chips off that into my bin. Drop the tool post into the bin, although that would be funny. Nothing I want to do. Right, I think we're at the point now I can get the hoover in there. Give it some hoovering. So beware, there's going to be some noise now, some hoovering noises. I don't know whether to take the cross slide off now as well. Dismantle it all. Let's see what we've got then. Oh, that's way tight. Alright, that's that one done. Got a spanner to fit that. Nope. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Cross slide handle. Inside here I've made a bit to space this out. Can't remember where it is now. There it is there. That's it there, is it? Nope, there is a piece in here somewhere which I made for spacing out. Is that it? There we go. It's extremely tiny. Let's just take all the plate out. That. And this keeps on turning for some reason, I don't know why. And that's got a little set of shims on it. 4 shims there. 5 shims actually. 5 shims on that. Legendary style. That should be a little bit looser out. I'll take the compound off completely. Might do. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Compound completely off. Hit there just a little bit maybe. There we go. Compound off. And can see in there. Get a bit of light out onto it, there we go. So this whole brass or bronze thing at the bottom is the lead nut, and the lead screw is well and truly jiggered. It's okay here, but it's thin as anything in the centre. It's been used and abused, this compound slide has. There's the number one. Everything on this has got number one on it, absolutely everything. Put this somewhere safe. Well, that was the tight one, that was the engineer's fit one. The engineer was having a fit when he made it so tight. It's the engineer's fit. He threw a wobble, that's too tight. Oh dear. He's mad. He's mad. He's mad. So back to standard looking Holbrook lathe top now. We'll get the crusty rag out. This is all crusty. Get all these crusty bits off here. All these crusty bits off. Next, at the back of the saddle, I don't think you can quite see. I don't really want to. Oh, man, that is tight. That's horrible. Won't do that too much. The back of the saddle, I don't know if you can quite see it there. Yeah, just at the top corner. Try and get you. There we go, better image. Is the lock. Saddle lock. That does something weird. I can't remember how it comes out now. I think you take it off, or something happened with it anyway. Yeah. You have to put it in. You can't leave the top in. Oh, it's a strange one. But it doesn't come out there. Yeah, it's a strange one. Strange. So as we can see, it is very loose now. What I believe I can do is take out the lead screw retaining screw. This is what you use for taper attachment. Take that out there. Then you put that in there, into the taper attachment, and bolt to the taper attachment, which isn't on the lathe at the moment. I only have it on when I need it. And now I think this will come off all the way. Yes, it will. Sweet. Number one. Number one. Everything on this says number one on it. Now, as you can see, there is some grit in there, and I was getting a bit worried about this. So, not a bad idea taking it off. Let's get some lookage at it and see how good it is. I need to put this somewhere, put it back in the lead nut. Even the lead nut there's got one stamped into it. Everything's got one stamped in it. While I'm in here, I might want to do something with these clutches as well. These clutches are knackered. You can see the clutch assemblies now. Yep. That one, it's stiff to engage. When it is engaged, it slips, and then it's stiff to disengage. That one, it engages and disengages really easily, but I feel that one is slipping, and that's where some of the bad finishes is coming from. It's slipping on the way down. maybe. But the reason why I've took that off is so I can withdraw the lead screw. I could do some machine pins. This had double pins in it originally, but when I got it, it only had one of the pins in it. And when I first got it, this shaft was bent, and these bolts were left loose because if they were tightened up, the whole thing bound up, and this whole unit was going up and down like that. And they were all loose. This could float forwards and backwards a little bit. I reckon that's why one of the pins came out. And you couldn't get that off because there was a burr on the end of it and all manner of things. But I sorted all that out when I first got it. And that's what the front bearing looks like. We're getting stuck on the gear, by the way. So the lead screw around where my thumb is very worn around this area here. It's not worn at all at this area here, but around here it's very worn. So let's see what size that is. It's going to be an English size. I should imagine. I don't think it's going to be metric. You never know. It should be an English size because it's all English measurements. 100 on the dial. Everybody's going, it's that size, 100 on the dial is. So that's a 8 gauge. And it's not 8, so it's going to be 10. Yeah, 10, 13, 12, 11, 10. So that's a 10 gauge. Yeah, that's 10. So like I say, I'm going to have to be... Oh yeah, it's like a proper thread in the centre there. Looks like a Whitworth thread in the centre there. Looks like an Acme thread there. And this thread gauge just goes straight out to the bottom. So it's a Whitworth gauge. It's got about a Whitworth nut would fit straight on that. Straight on, not a problem. So that's knackered. Yeah, there's hardly any... There's hardly any front and back movement there. Let's bring it down. We have to do it left hand thread, obviously. Get down to where I'm filming the 40 thou, which will be around about there somewhere. It's right in the centre. And yeah. About 40 thou it is. So there's a bit of wobble at the front of it still. Bit of up and down, but hardly any side to side. Yeah, I think I have to do a nut as well. Okay. So I've got to make that. It's got a gear on it. Everything I've got to make has got a gear on it. And sure whether I'm going to be able to get that gear and glue that on. Although, saying that, I'm wondering if I can make this shaft. Yeah, what undercut we got there? How much we got? Make this shaft to a similar design. So we've got threads, keyway, land, bearing surface, gear, land, threads. It's not particularly difficult. That's been held in centres, that has. And if I crack that and make that good all the way down but without the gear on, and I'm happy with it, then maybe what I can do is chop this gear both sides, so I've just got the gear, drill the gear out till it's a press fit on, and make this land here 2 thou bigger than the teeth. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, make that 2 thou bigger than the teeth of the threads, and then slide the gear down over all the threads, get it to where it's coming onto the land there, lock tight, and then press it on to its position there. That way I don't have to make that gear. Next is taking off the, if I find the Allen key. So it has these little blocks. If you don't over tighten them, you can get them out. I don't know what they're for. Maybe just safety blocks to stop the whole saddle being ripped off. But these come out and they're marked. I'll find the mark. So that is marked with 1, like everything else, and it's front right. So it's the front of the saddle, it's the right hand side. Oh, great. That's marked with a 1 and just a front. One BR. Undo these two, and it comes off. There's a lock at the back here which will drop out. Told you. And there we are, it's off. And let's see where the grip was. This is the front, and it just climbed under there. And it's just there as well, okay? Just climbs under the front a little bit, and as soon as it goes under. So I took the time to stick some blue on the ways after I put the saddle back on loosely and figured out that it's rocking. So when you touch this side, you get some, well, it's on the bed obviously, and you're touching it from the other side. This is the underside. Yeah. Anyway, it rocks quite a lot on that side. On this side, not so much. Now I've took the print, and you can understand why it doesn't rock so much this side, because we've got a little bit at the end here, a slight void there, and then pretty good contact all the way down that one most of the way. And then from the front here, perfect contact at the front, fading out a little bit, then coming back into perfect contact, and then fading out a little bit, going back to perfect, and then fading down to almost nothing. Just a skim down the bottom there, and then a couple of ticks at the end here. You see that? Yeah. So you could make it rock at the front, just very slightly. But when you were touching the back, when I was touching the back, it was tick, 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 tick. I wanted to see that, and that's clearly why. It's a bit light at the back here. So I'm going to get the angle grinder out and do some angle grind. Now I've got a scraper. Well, I've got some 3mm be something parting blades coming, which I'm going to cut up into scraper ends. I'm going to make a scraping device, 20mm wide scraping device. So the camera cut out and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, scrape it over like I've described, twice on the those bits, and then once on everything. Get a print on it, see if it's getting better. Do the same on the heavy bits again, do those twice, then do the whole thing again as a roughing. Hopefully by that time it should be pretty much 100% contact. Then I've got to make a decision on what datums I'm using for the height. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I'm going to get my smallest surface gauge, get a DTI on it, and then just run it at an angle, bring it down straight, run down there, and then down there like that, and see what I get across that side there. And then use this plane here as my datum to bring everything from. And the original surface, was it scraped? You tell me. Right in the corner there, is that scraping? What do you reckon? Maybe, maybe not. But I feel that's the way it's got to go. It's got to go like that. Reposition the lighting a little bit.